man. Welcome back to Big Things Kentucky. Hey, we finna kick off this basketball coverage, baby. Back on the grind, Coach. How was your holidays, man?
What's going on, man? I'm Coach Butte, my main man, Coach Truck in the building, Coach TV on assignment. Hey, make sure you like, share, subscribe to Big Things Kentucky on YouTube. Make sure you always get your merch. We got shirts for you, sweatshirts. Holler at my guy there. Coach, my holidays is good, man. How about yours? My Irish look bad in the championship Final Four.
Man, let's be honest, Coach. Wasn't nobody gonna look good against Alabama, Coach.
No, sir. Alabama is who we thought
it didn't matter. And everybody was mad at Ohio State, and Ohio State said, you know what? Anyway, Ohio State said, yeah, take this one, player.
Yes, sir. Coach, we jumping into high school basketball. Took a week off, recuperate, got ourselves together. Now we jumping into strong. Coach Truck, our first stop over at Frederick Douglass. We're here with new Frederick Douglass High School Coach Jason Moseley. Coach, how's it going, man?
Great. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, man, appreciate you having us out. And Coach, man, first of all, what is that big old ring right there, Coach?
Jody Meeks is like a little brother to me, and so when they won the NBA championship, he got me a ring as well.
Now, you've been using the Lexington area with Dunbar and other stops here. What brought you back to the city?
A great opportunity. My family's here, so just a great opportunity to come closer to home. And I always wanted to be a head coach in the state and get a chance to win a state championship.
Now, you got a gifted team, you know, that made a lot of noise last year. They came on late. They were up and down. What was your impression of your team when they introduced you to them?
A group of guys that are willing to work hard and want to be good. I've got a group of kids that want to be good. They all love each other too. So that makes it fun to coach a group that plays for each other and not for themselves.
Hey, Coach, being new to the school here, dealing with COVID, how's that been, that transition, not being able to see the kids one-on-one, probably not getting much practice time? How have you been able to get everything, implement your system and get everybody on track?
Big thing is we've been doing a lot of Zoom meetings, and we've got great senior leadership, and so that helps. Those guys have been making sure that they are doing their thing, and they'll call me and say, hey, Coach, we went to the Y today and we got shots up and we played pickup, and that's been good. So when we were able to get back in the gym, they were out of shape as usual, but they weren't as far out of shape as I would have thought they would have been had we not had that good senior leadership.
Now, of course, we know Dashawn Jackson, one of the biggest names in the city and the state. Who else are you going to be leaning on this year to help you out?
I think with Shamar and Tyson, you'll see a lot from those two individuals as well. I think, you know, their ability to play and score that basketball wasn't seen last year. And, you know, sometimes you're just looking for opportunity. And I think those guys know they got opportunity with me. And when you play here, you earn your playing time in practice. You're not given anything. I don't care who you are, what accolades you have. Everybody that's ever played for me will tell you they've earned it on the practice court.
Coach, man, what's it going to take to get this school to the next level, to the next step, to get to the Rubber Arena playing this big show?
I think we're right there. I think we're on the cusp of doing some things. I just think we've got to get guys and they're buying in to play every possession. You just can't, in the 11th region, you can't take plays off. You know, you can be up 7 and think you're good, and the next thing you know, you're down 7. So you got to value every possession and play every possession like it's your last possession. And I think these guys are starting to see that in practice. And the more that we get that ingrained in them, I think we'll be a pretty special team down the stretch this year.
Like my sophomore and freshman year, I feel like we were a little bit of a laughing stock. We was just new to the city and to the state, but last year we really put the state on notice. A lot of big games and big wins against a lot of big and good players. So I feel like this year we really show everybody it wasn't a fluke last season.
You think of a moment last year where y'all was like, man, you know, we actually pretty good.
That first game when we beat Henry Clay, because in years prior we played them first game every season, and they had blasted us. So once we beat them, it was like we can really do something this season and really go somewhere.
Coach Young was like, man, y'all could be so good. Like when y'all was on, he was like, man, we could beat anybody.
Yeah, I could see it. I think it was like maturity, and then none of us really knew how to win yet either. I feel like last year we really gained the experience to learn how to win.
Nah, man, you had a great year last year. Average almost 22 points. How do you follow up that success you had last year?
Hard work, determination, getting locked in with my teammates and with my coaches.
Now, do you feel like it's a target on your chest, being probably the biggest name in the city?
Oh, yeah, every time I step on the court, I already know somebody wants what I have, because that's how I take it when I see somebody else that I feel like is bigger and better than me.
Now, you've had the same coach for 3 years. You got a new head coach. How has that been, adjust to the new system and stuff? And, you know, I know you ain't been able to be around each other because of COVID. How's that been for you all?
It was a little bit harder and weird at first because we didn't really know the coaching staff, but now I feel like we're really tight with the coaching staff, and our chemistry as a team is just really good, better than years past. So I feel like this year we should be really good.
So who you gonna be leaning on to help to be your Robin to your Batman?
Tyson Barrett, Kamari McMullen, Shamar Roy, Julius Scarce, guys like that.
Hey man, you know Douglas is kind of like would you want to say the favorite right now, man? After the season they had.
Coach, they got some studs over there. I think they only could get better. New coach in the house. I love his energy and how he's positive about it. How he's gonna push these kids, get them to the next level. Coach, it's gonna be big.
Coach, man, I mean, we got the big dog out there, Lexington Catholic. You know what I'm saying? As far as the city schools go, public schools, city schools, who you looking at? Frederick Douglass? Who else, Coach?
Coach, you know, we got Ben Josh and them cats over at Catholic. They are the truth. LCA probably gonna make a resurgence. Coach, don't count my defenders out. My guy, Federal.
Hey, I like the defenders, man.
Little Nimbo Hammers, a.k.a. Coach over there doing his thing, man. I love his staff he's got over there. He's got the kids. They have finally bought into his system. Speaking of one of the assistant coaches the other day, Coach don't play about grades or nothing. So you're going to be disciplined first, you're going to be educated, and then you're going to learn how to play basketball at Bryan Station. And I think Coach is doing all the right things to get Bryan Station turned around.
Coach, I'm going to tell you this, though. This is my dark horse pick, Coach. Coach Rabbitfoot put it here first, baby. We winning, we riding. Dunbar Bulldog, Coach.
Yeah.
I like the Dunbar Bulls. I like that team. They're long, they're athletic, and they're deep. I think they were young last year. I expect them to be the Frederick Douglass of last season, this season. Mark it down, thump it, put it in a mayonnaise job, baby. We winning, we riding. Let's go Bulldogs.
All right,
Coach, man. On the girls' side, you know, Dunbar, it's really a 3-team race, if you ask me, as far as the region goes. And really, it's a 1-team race. And you got Franklin County Flyers, Coach Thacker, and Brooklyn Miles. She's a bad girl.
I know. I thought Kentucky was going to get her, Coach. That hurt losing to Tennessee. That was big, Coach.
She's a bad girl.
She is, Coach.
Now, after that, you got Scott County, and the Dunbar team is trying to get over that hump. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be something to look at.
Got the Coons young lady who's been doing her thing since a freshman over there, looking for her to take Dunbar to the next level. Now, is this time for Dunbar to finally jump the curb and get out there the street, play with the big kids?
It's now or never, but, you know, we're going to talk to Scott County's coach and see what's going on over there as they get. Coach, how's everything been going so far, getting ready for this season, Coach?
You know, I've been told to live it day by day, and that's kind of where we're at. We're day by day. You know, being coaching and being an AD, every time that phone rings, you just never know what the message is going to be. So we're getting ready to tip off here in a few hours, and you know, at least the kids are going to have a chance to play. You know, we're going to get tonight in hopefully, and then we'll see what happens here in 24 hours.
Now, Coach Helton, man, you had a remarkable team, and you had them for a few years. Now you lose a lot of talent off last year's regional run-up, as Coach Truck says. How do you replace these young ladies?
Well, I'm still trying to figure that out. You know, we're about 6 months behind. You know, and the facts are facts. We started practice. We had 5 practices. We were shut down. We had multiple cases. So we were shut down for 2 weeks. Come back, we had 6 practices. And then the governor, we kind of held everything up for a little while. And so we were off 3 weeks. So we're still trying to figure this out. And, we've been very blessed. We've had some incredible, talented kids. I mean, we got 3 kids right now that are playing Division I basketball that were part of those 2, back-to-backs. And then last year, Coach Thacker and I are really good friends, and just an incredible game there. But you look at our roster this year, and it really kind of sunk in last night when I was getting ready to play tonight. It was like we've got 10 kids on our varsity roster with some experience. We've got 13 kids that'll be playing JV and freshmen with 0 high school experience ever. And so, we've got some talent who've been there, and then we've got some kids who have never been there. We don't have that luxury of saying, well, we're just going to replace Morgan and Malaya, or Malia from years past. This is going to be a hopefully by end of February into March we'll improve. But I'm telling you, and I'm trying to prepare some people ahead of time. It's going to take a while.
Coach, kind of take us through, what's it like getting ready, as far as practices and all these new guidelines and everything. Kind of give us a look of what's a day like coaching in this COVID world right now, Coach.
Well, right now we're in virtual school. So our kids are in Zooms, they're online, or they have a option to do paper pencil. They're there from 8:30 until 3:30, doing their school, academics. And, I think a lot of people forget that's number one. We've got to get it done in the classroom, and I'm big on that. And then what will happen is we'll practice either first or second, depending on what Coach Glenn does and the boys. The kids come in, temperature checks, of course. That's the first thing we do. We do a health check, just a quick ask you how you're doing, how you're feeling, a few of the symptoms. We don't use locker rooms, so it's kind of indifferent. Usually our kids come into the locker room, they have their gear laid out in the lockers, just like we try to do like a college program. Everything is laid out for them for that day. Right now they're washing their own gear. They're coming to the gyms dressed. Something brand new. So, that locker room time, if they're in there together, whether it be with the stereo on or just hanging out, right now it's in the bleachers, because we're trying to keep our groups as socially distanced as possible. We practice. We have our mask on until practice begins. And this is so new for me because I have to wear a mask the entire time that I'm around the girls, that I'm in the school building. And so blowing a whistle is not an option. I've had one of those little handheld whistles. I've already dropped it twice, and so it's gone. And tonight's going to be game time with a mask. And so we've tried to change some of our calls because you can't hear in those masks real clear. So we've changed some of our signals to more of a hand signal. I joke again, we need the football board where we hang up our boards, and that's our call system. And but it's different. The kids leave the gym. There's no huddles. There's no I'm trying to figure out, to be honest with you, how we're going to do a timeout. How do our timeouts look tonight? Usually we're in a huddle and we're close together. Not going to look that way. Our halftime is going to be set up outside our locker room. So there's so many things that are just now coming up. Our benches, we're setting our benches up kind of like the college system has, NBA, where there are social distance. Our fans, we'll see the gym look a little different. And I really believe this is going to be kind of a learning for all of us. Tonight's our first home game. Tomorrow night we go to Clark County, so I want to see how Clark County sets their gym up, Coach Graham. Friday we go to, Coach Thacker in Franklin County, so I want to see how they set up. So the coaching part we're trying to get our young kids caught up. At the same time, we're trying to run this as safely as we can with the expectations of knowing, hey guys, every game we get to play, it's a blessing.
Now, Coach, what made you do that, Coach? I'm just curious. I mean, well, you've always never ducked any heat, but
okay, but I'm saying
the three toughest teams, Coach.
Hey, that's murderer's row you walking into, Coach. You do yourself no favors. There's no warm-ups.
You got to play. Everybody wants to play, and you got to play. And now I did have to return some calls and tell some people, hey, listen, let's hold off a little bit. Our Dunbar was scheduled. Of course, we were supposed to have about 10 games to have, before we come in against Dunbar. And then Coach Graham, I told him, I said, when we started talking, we were talking about you want to play home or away. And I'm like, we want to come to your place because I want to see that beautiful gym. I've heard it is gorgeous. So I said, we'll come to you this year.
Hey, if they got the pork chop sandwich, just get a pork chop sandwich, Coach.
Hey, I have heard and I've seen pictures. That place is gorgeous. So we're going to go down. With our travel restrictions, we're only going to take a varsity team down there. We can only put so many kids on a bus, but it'll be a good experience for those 10 varsity kids. And, Joey and I, we've not played a whole lot regular season over the years, but, we were kind of in a situation where we needed to fill some games. And, again, a lot of respect for his program. And we'll go over Friday night. And hopefully by Saturday, I'll take a deep breath. And, next week it doesn't get any easier because we start with Madison Central and Bryan Station, our first district game, and then we go to Scott High, and Scott High's got two of the best players in the state, so it's going to be again. That's where I've got to change a little bit. Fire and Brimstone is going to have to go down this year a little bit more, and I'm going to bring a little bit more soft marshmallow to us, and really encourage them and keep everybody up because.
Now, Coach, man, like I said, you lost a few pieces last year. Who are you dependent on this year to get you make another run?
KT, we call her KT, is Kenzie Thompson. She's our go-to. She's the one she's been here. We returned 3 starters. Let's not, the cupboard's not totally empty, but, with Morgan and Malaya, you lost about 80% of your offense. And the other 20, they were responsible for, because Morgan, she drew 2-3 defenders overnight. Then Malaya, 6'4" inside, outside. She drew a lot of attention. KT played well with those two. So it's going to be new for her. Emma Price and Kelly Wise are our other 2 starters. Emma's really improved from the perimeter. And Kaylee will be our other combination with Kennedy. But we are kind of struggling with the point guard position. Not quite the situation Coach Cowell's in, but we may be in a point guard by committee. And I've told KT, if you get it, you may be the one bringing it up. So the point position is a concern for our team right now. We don't have that true point guard. We've got some little ones coming, I think could be. But again, when you throw a 7th grader into the 11th region with the schedule we have, with 0 varsity experience and without a summer, probably not the best move at this moment. So we're going to hopefully develop over time. And, we got some kids who are going to accept those roles, but Kennedy's going to play big for us. She's got the big time experience. She's got the big time minutes. So we're going to really lean on her. And, again, with her conditioning, hopefully by February, she'll be in game shape and be ready to go. She says, Coach, I got it. But we'll see tonight when after that about 4-minute mark, them legs will start to wobble a little bit on about 10 of them, and we'll see what's left.
In football season, we saw, coaches had like backup games, and had different stuff set up. Is that something you guys will have to do? Because I know like if a team gets hit, that's like a week, 2 weeks, 14 days off? That's like what, 4 or 5 games?
At least.
Are there any options as far as what you can do? Are you know what I'm saying, as far as scheduling?
I think what you'll see is when the season gets here, after tonight, and you're already hearing some teams that are having cases already, and that's something that, at one point the red map was in play and we were like, what are we going to do? I know football, we dealt with the red map all year. I think a lot of school systems, including ours, have changed their policy a little bit with the red map. You think about it, people say, well, if we were to have a case on a team Well, it's 10 days. Well, that's correct. But after 10 days of shutdown, you can't just step back in and play that next day. So you're looking at least another week. So you're looking at a 3-week shutdown, which could be really tough on a young team or an experienced team as far as that goes. And then if you're one of those teams that's on that schedule, you're like, you want the kids to play as much as they can. I get it. I was first in line. I'll be first in line. I want the kids to have a season. However, I think we're kind of cramming a lot in a short amount of time. So it's going to be some give and take. But you'll see a lot of coaches. I think game plans will be a lot shorter because it will be one of those situations where somebody cancels, the night before. Does anybody need a game? And, then you're going to have to get on the horse and get a bus or hopefully get travel plans together. And I think it's just going to kind of be some of those show up and play. The days of 2 or 3 days of preparation, 4 or 5 days of preparation to get ready for an opponent, probably not going to exist this season. We're going to be on short terms and we're going to have to just go play. Football did a great job. I really commend our football and our volleyball coaches because they had to make some changes quickly. Basketball, I think, are in the same way. I think we're going to be making some changes quickly. I believe we're scheduled to play 20 plus. I hope we get most of those in. That's going to be the next thing. How many games will you play? Will you play 30? Some teams will. Some teams will be blessed, but I think in our situation, we've got to do what's best for our kids. It's going to be a season that I think we'll look back on someday and say, remember 21 or 2021 or 2020 and talk about all the changes that have come from that,
Man, Coach, great interview with Coach Helton, man. I'm telling you what, I love his energy, his enthusiasm. He's been dealing with so much on and off the court with the girls, but he seems to seem upbeat and said, give him some time. He's turning around. And Coach, he's in murderer's row right now with this schedule. Like you said, it's ridiculous, Coach. This is something that Doug Charles don't put together. I think Doug Charles over Coach Shaw put that schedule together because this is beyond me.
Hey, Coach, man, it's going to be a rough start for him. But, like Coach said, man, he's ready and prepared for it. All these coaches, man, this basketball season is going to be a grind.
Yeah.
And like he said, we haven't even really had our first, quote unquote case, yet. There's a few games been postponed or canceled. But man, when we get into this season, this is going to be interesting. We're going to give it our best.
Well, yes, we are. We'll try to cover it. But like you said, the biggest thing is if one player gets tested positive, that shuts everybody down.
Yeah.
Your JV, your freshman, everybody gets shut down.
Yeah. And
then there you go. You know what I'm saying? He said it's going to take almost 3 weeks for you to get back and be able to play a game. So that's, as you say, with a shortened schedule, you're going to miss 5 to 10 games missed. And
like they say, when you play football, it's like a game a week. So you can kind of get through that. Now you got 3-4 games in a week, man. Hey, we going to see how it goes, though, Coach. We going to be on the front line, baby.
We are, Coach. Well, Coach, man, great interview. The interviews we had with Frederick Douglas and Coach Helton over at Scott County, Coach. Man, as always, just be a living donor. I'm Coach Bew, my main man, Coach TV on the side of the Coach Truck. Anything else?
Hey.